I'm just shocked by what happened. I guess they piled into other series. Okay, other qualifying matches. Anyway, here we go. Yeah, here we go. We are diving into our first qualifying match of the night, and spawning in the top right hand corner of Hardwire LE, we have the best Zerg player in all of America. He just took down Dolan 2-1. Can he do the same to his next Terran opponent? Representing Apprentice Esports, it is Antis. And spawning in the bottom left hand corner of Hardwire LE, we have the American Terran player, the up and comer, recently popping off. Can he pop off even more here in this qualifying match? Is the American Terran representing License to Kill LTK? It is Binski, aka Spaghetti. And I feel so bad because Kuro loves this guy. She loves his name, I should say. Introducing Spaghetti is a is a fun thing to do. And we were actually casting the NA qualifiers together, so it's a bit of a shame that she's not here right now. But I'm sure she'll be here soon, TM. She's on her way home, and ideally she's going to be able to join me for the cast. Hopefully not at the end of the broadcast when all the matches are over. Oh god, everyone pray for Kuro to get home soon. Protect my voice. Meanwhile, people in the chat, predictions are open. Who do you think is going to be able to move on here? Again, Binski had a lot of success in the open qualifiers. Meanwhile, oh my, what is happening? What? Antis is going not just two, he's going 3 hatch gas before pool. I've never seen such a greedy opener. I've seen double hatch before pool. I've seen double hatch gas before pool. Sure, I've seen that like maybe twice at a pro level, but 3, mate. The BM. The oozing overconfidence by Antis here, saying you are not gonna proxy me. Not at all. Because of the late pool, this one Reaper can deal a lot of damage. How good is your drone drilling? Because he already loses 1 drone. There is no queen. There are no lings. There is an Evo chamber. What? No, he quintupled down. He went 3 hatch and a gas and an Evo chamber as well. Before he's going for a Ling Flood, I think. I am speechless, right? I've literally never seen this. I don't know if anyone in the chat has seen this before. This is crazy. He is droning up. Okay, so he's gonna have a lot of lava to work with. His Evo chamber gets scattered as well. He's working on +1 melee. So again, this does ooze Ling Flood potential. Oh, gonna be losing another drone. So there's a bit of a give and take here. As Ling's gonna try and chase this away, but this is already the 3rd drone kill for Binski. This is the problem. The problem with being this greedy is that you delay your own Lings and you delay your queens. And I just said something very important. We don't have a single queen. Why do we not have queens? Well, queens inject and give larva, but you don't need larva if you have 4 goddamn hatcheries. So that's the thought process here for Antis. I understand it. There is logic. There is logic behind the madness. But that still doesn't, but like, again, like, because Binski is being so aggressive, I say so aggressive, he's applying light pressure with 2 Hellions and a Reaper, like, and he's dealing damage. He is messing all this up. Ling speed is still not done. He can still dance with all these things and he can still get drones. But +1 melee is about to finish up. Again, Antis is 100% Ling flooding, but he's losing a lot of Lings and losing a lot of drones in the process. Like, before he's able to really pop off. Meanwhile, back at home, do we have a wall? We do not have a bunker. I don't think Binski's really kind of realized what's happening. He has scattered all the hatcheries. But here we go. He's going to get fully surrounded. Ah! The Hellions will get taken out. Here we go. +1 melee is about to finish up. Antis is sending literally everything he can across the map to end the game. We have a full wall off. Not the strongest wall, but it's a wall nonetheless. Where's the bunker, puppy? Just throw down a bunker. Ah! Lings are here. As a reminder, there is no Bailey nest with this either. There is some gas being mined, which is a little bit peculiar. Oh. Lings, they don't find a way in yet. The wall is indeed a wall. It is going to finish up, and Antis drones. He's droning. He's making queens. What is happening right now? A couple of Banshees would end the game. A couple of Liberators would end the game. Oh my god. Binski confirms that there are Lings outside the base. He also is looking to land his third CC, but there is a Ling here to deny him. I'm looking at chat. Sugar's in the chat. Let's go into spaghetti is meant to be eaten. That's exactly what you're gonna do. Then next moment, WTF Antis. Like, what the hell? What is going on right now? I don't know. I have no idea what is happening right now. The Marines move out, but the Lings are going to be moving on in. The wall's not a wall! The wall is not a wall! The Lings get into the natural! And with +1 melee, Antis is going to make short work of these SCVs. He's going to try and go for a full surround, but the body blocking is real. And in the end, Spaghetti Binski will clean all of this up. Not before losing 12 SCVs. GG gets called. Binski takes game 1 after a crazy just game period. What the hell was Antis doing? I've literally never seen that before. I've cast a lot of StarCraft. I cast StarCraft on a daily basis. Daily. Some North American StarCraft is there as well. But I have never seen that. And I never want to see it again. Oh my god. What? I feel like I need to interview. If Antis wins, we need to have an interview. We need answers, Sugar. We need answers to what the hell is going on. What is happening right now? What was that? Crazy. Like, the craziest thing about that is that regular play really cripples that. You know, we saw how much damage the first Reaper was doing. We saw how much damage the first 2 Hellions were doing. Sure, in the end, they all got surrounded and they all died, but they were able to scout everything. They were able to slow everything down. They got drone kills. They got Ling kills. Like, and how does that not happen? You know? Like, that's normal. Unless the one thing that I think this maybe just hard counters is if the Terran player goes Marine first. But like, that's not the most common thing to do, you know? Like Reaper scouts are standard. They're meta. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. And with that, I gotta say this. Even before full to puppy. Here we go. We are getting into game number 2 and spawning in the top right hand corner of 2000 Atmospheres LE. We have the American Zerg player himself. Oh my god, going for a 14 pool. Let's go. Representing Apprentice Esports, the best Zerg player in America, but he's crazy. It is Antis. Spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of 2000 Atmospheres ALE, we have the American Terran player representing License to Kill, LTK. Some know him as Spaghetti, but it is Binski. Oh. And yeah, with this, all the gases are being taken, mate. This is screaming roaches. Let's go. There it is. Roach Warren is going to be thrown down. Antis just turning things up to 25 out of 10. This series, he's been popping off. He does not want to play a normal game against Binski. It's like the reverse of Dolan versus Antis. It's crazy. Antis just doesn't want to play out a regular game, even though I think Antis would have a really good shot. Right? Like, I would love to see Antis in a macro game. But it is not going to be happening. Meanwhile, we do have an SCV scout here from Spaghetti. He does confirm the pool first. Oh my god, throws down. The mules! The BM! He mules his opponent. Oh my god, and with this SCV scout, he's he's gonna confirm it's not just a pull first. Oh, accident! Likely story, mate. Oh my god. The BM, he confirms that there is a roach war and the gases have been taken as well. He knows what is going on. Bunker on the high ground, more than ready to abandon the low ground. Wow. I'm not prepared for this. It's too early for this, man. It's too early. What's going on? Reaper confirms, yes, the Ravagers are coming across the map. You know, I saw this with my SCVs, just making sure I wasn't going to be bamboozled. And back at home, he is preparing. The bunker on the high ground is a great start. Again, when you defend against roaches like this, you cannot defend the natural. You cannot try and defend your CC on the low ground. It will not work. You will just die. So, great call here so far by Binski. We even have a second bunker being thrown down. Do we have some high ground vision here? If we look at Antis, he does have the Overlord. It is on its way in to provide high ground vision so he can bile away at the bunker. Meanwhile, the CC is about to finish up. The orbital, I should say, is about to finish up. And there we go. And now it can be lifted. And it can be saved. SCVs are being pre-pulled to help keep everything alive. High ground vision is being provided by the Overlord. And there are those biles. But so far, the repairs are on point. So Binski is holding. Does lose one SCV there to those biles. Cyclone is on the way. The goal of this Cyclone is to focus down this Overlord. Oof. Biles barely not taking that down, and he gets a lock-on. No! He gets a lock-on on a Ravager, not the Overlord. Ooh, and he will get one Ravager. Meanwhile, a Queen even waddled across the map. The Queen! You can't transfuse, puppy. But it's here to add some DPS anyway, I guess. Question mark. Oh, repair! We'll be able to repair that depot in time. We're just waiting for the next lock-on. Oh, the tank comes out as well. Again, I think this is a hold. Gets a look on the Queen of all things. Oh, the Queen is too slow. The Queen will go down. I don't know how important the Queen was, but now with the tank, there is no way up into the high ground. Antis is forced to transition. How do you transition? Lair is on the way. This is probably for a Spire. Oh boy. I say probably. This is what Reaper does. Reaper goes into a Spire from here. Like, we do see fully saturated 2 gases. As crazy as it sounds, like, it's kind of the only other thing you can do. But we'll see. Maybe Antis has something else in store for us with that Spire. Meanwhile, Binski defends beautifully. He's going to be taking his natural base as well. Slowly expanding, slowly securing himself onto bases. Meanwhile, the Banshee comes out and... GG. We're never gonna see what that Spire was for. Sorry, what the lair was for. It is over. Binski takes game number 2. Oh my god. Also, the score was a little bit wrong on screen, but there we go. Binski is now up 2-0. He needs one more to qualify for the main event. Binski is 1 game away from making it to DreamHack. What are we watching right now? Oh my god. Antis doing the worst builds back to back. I mean, they're not the worst builds. It's just, I feel like it's just unnecessary. Maybe I'm on copium, you know? Maybe I think Antis is better than he is, but I feel like I have a good read on it. Like, Antis, he's a great player. He has great macro as well. Like, you know, there's a reason why Dolan was doing the opposite. Dolan was trying to cheese the hell out of Antis, you know, and stop a mid game and a late game. Like, I really want to see Antis in a longer game. I think he's really good there. But Antis doesn't want to go there. Antis is stopping himself from macroing. I don't know if he just doesn't want to play a late game. I don't know if he just thinks that he can get some easy wins. I don't know if he's afraid of Binski's late game. There's a couple of different options there. There's a couple of different possibilities. I'm just so surprised by how this series has gone. I'm shocked. Oh boy, but here we go, spawning in the top left-hand corner of Berlin. Oh god, he's doing it again! Going for the 12 pool, we have the American Zerg player himself representing Apprentice Esports, doing it for you, Sugar, in the chat. It is Antis. I don't think Antis realizes queens can't transfuse off creep. Sugar, please! Sugar, you have some explaining to do. He's your boy, mate. He's your boy. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Berlingrad ALE, we have the American Terran player himself representing Team License to Kill, LTK. Up to 0. Only needs one more uno mas to qualify for DreamHack. It is Binski. I see some people theory crafting in the chat. Could have dropped a creep and threw down a tumor. You need a lair to drop down creep. You cannot creep spread just with your overlords by default. So you do need a little bit of tech for that, unfortunately. So Antis couldn't quite pull that off. But yeah. We do have a 12 pool opener. This is probably the least craziest thing that he's gone for this entire series. Like, 12 pool isn't the most committed thing. He does have 6 lings zooming across the map. The goal here is to deny this CC. SCV scouts moving across the map, but by the time the SCV hits the bases, the lings are already going to be here. Oh boy. And Antis, he is expanding and taking gas behind this. So again, the most standard thing that he's done all series. Meanwhile, there we go. He does dive on top of that SCV as soon as possible. We'll be able to delay the CC, and he's going to try and force a cancel. Does he have the DPS for it? Oh, I don't think he does. Especially with this Reaper here still staying at home. He will get a kill on that SCV, so he will delay. But another SCV is already on the way, and Binski will finish this up. Looking to be in a pretty good position. From here, I do like this from Antis. When you go for a 12 pool, mate, you've got relatively early tech. You're taking your gases. He goes straight into a Roach Warren. So a bit of a 1-2 punch, if you will. To do this, you do skip ling speed. So it's kind of difficult to ling flood behind this if you're committed and if you're going ultra all in, which is kind of what Antis is doing because he has not made a single drone. He cut drones at 16. Oh boy. So one way or another, this game is going to end soon. Looking at Binski though, yo, he's on point. He's not staying at home. He goes for his Reaper across the map. He's looking to scout. And, oh, he doesn't see the roaches. Not yet. Oh, he misses them as they move out across the map. This is honestly pretty crucial, but he will get into the main base, and nonetheless, he will see that Roach Warren. And back at home, oh, he has a bunker on the low ground. This is not ideal. The roaches are about to rock up. This bunker is not going to be long for this world. Binski isn't getting one on the high ground, so, maybe some misjudgment. We'll see. We'll see if he can defend. He's going to be able to repair with his SCVs. Yo, if he holds on the low ground, I'm going to be very impressed. There's only one Reaper, to be fair. Sorry, one Ravager, I should say. There we go. We do have a repair. Instantly, the SCVs are being targeted down. Hellions tickle away at these roaches. Again, this is why defending on the low ground is so difficult. Binski, he's committed, though. So far, the target fire is looking pretty good. 2 more Hellions do get down here onto low ground. But again, like against roaches, they are just not ideal. Antis didn't have the most... Oh my god, one roach does get focused down. Antis didn't have the most amazing target fire, but there we go. The bunker does fall, and now he goes all the way up into the high ground. Another bunker's already waiting for him, but god, why do we have... we just have nothing but Hellions. It's not going to be enough. Antis is doing it. He is breaking through. Oh god, just needs a little bit more, a little bit further, and he looks like he will be able to break through. But at the same time, the Banshee comes out. Nothing shoots up. The Banshee will eventually clean all of this up, but Antis is looking to deal damage before that happens. Oh, 15 SCVs already going down. Antis is droning behind this, by the way. And this has already paid for itself. This did not have to end the game, just cripple his opponent, and that's exactly what he did. Again, Binski maybe just being overconfident in his ability to defend here. Like, Honestly, ideally, you just evacuate the natural base, you get bunkers on the high ground, you pull boys to repair here on said high ground, and you start working on a cyclone. Instead, he wanted to wait for the Banshee, which makes sense. We'll see what the Banshee can get done here across the map. There is no cloak, by the way. But there is only one queen. Yo, if the Banshee goes into the main. If the Banshee goes into the main. Banshee goes to the main. Oh, he just wants to kill the queen. Yo, and he is going to with the death of the queen. Nothing shoots up. He can reign supreme and he can just focus down drones. Mate, Binski with the big brain. Just like that, 3 drones go down. Not the most insane drone damage, especially because, Banshee does get thrown away. But for 6 drones, Banshee does pay for itself. And after all said and done, we're in a really weird position because we are equal in workers. Antis is going for a fast lair. He's going for mutas. This is the transition that Antis was trying to go for in game 2, if you remember, going into basically one base spire. It's kind of one of the only other things you can do from here. It's not ideal. Don't get me wrong, it's not ideal at all. Looking at Binski's vision, he did not see the lair, so he's in the dark right now. But he is getting a blind Viking, which will help. He's going to be clearing out some overlords, looking to supply block Antis. Oh, and Antis cannot afford to lose overlords right now. Uh-oh. Antis, please, the spire is about to finish, but not before the overlord goes down. He does not have the supply to make too many mutas. And he's going to lose another overlord. Oh boy, what do we have on the ground? We have 4 roaches here, and 4 Hellions are coming across the map. Binski could potentially just run past this, and he does! Oh god, and this is so important, because he's not just going to get drone kills, he's going to scout the lair. Not just the lair, he sees the spire as well. 100% he knows about the mutas coming across the map, and now he can prepare. Here we go. NG bays are on the way. There aren't going to be any missile turrets here for the time being, but Marines are being pumped out. There we go. There's a Cyclone as well. And Antis has to make some magic happen here. Oh boy. The mutas have a lot of work to do. They've got a lot of work to do. And to be fair, there's a lot that they can get done. There are a lot of Marines, but they... Oh no, they have stim. Wow. Oh my god. Binski just getting the tech lab on the racks first, really paying off here, getting that stim, being sure he's prepared for something like mutas. They do get into the mineral line and they will get a couple of workers, literally 1. But they're not gonna get much else. Okay, they get 2. Not bad. I'm sure he would like more. Oh. As he only gets 2 for the time being. Antis is trying to drone up from here, trying to take a 3rd base. Thankfully, the mutas, even though they haven't dealt a lot of economic damage, they do provide Antis with a little bit of safety here, because what he's doing is he's containing Binski. I'm really worried though. I'm really scared because Binski rushed into that stim. He's gonna have combat shields soon. This bio push that he's going to eventually move out with is gonna hit very hard. And if Antis doesn't have banelings, I don't have faith, you know? I'm really worried for him. 1-1 is on the way. Tank count is... Okay, only 1 tank for the time being. Mutas dipping in. They could potentially snipe that tank, by the way. The Vikings do reposition. Oh boy, and for the time being, we're here in a little bit of a lull. Antis droning up. He's not really... I was going to say he shouldn't be making too many more mutas from here. He should be focusing on his roaches, but 2 more mutas are on the way, so he's kind of splitting his production from mutas into mutas and roaches. Which can be really difficult to do because they're both pretty gas intensive, all things considered. Oh, as 1 more muta gets picked off. Ah, god, Antis, you can't afford trades like this. Not like this, puppy, not like this. Medevacs are on the way again. This is probably gonna... This may just be a game-ending push. Oh god. Banshee's gonna try and sneak out across the map. Does get caught. Nicely done here by Antis. Now, I'm curious about a couple of things. One, whether or not Binski is gonna hit with 1-1, because he is getting a 3rd TC, so he's got options. He could push out with everything he has, or he could just posture and take his third base. I hope he does both. Like, I hope he takes his third and just attacks behind it. Because he has so much right now. And again, mutas are going to have a really hard time engaging with all these Marines. Marines, Vikings, and Cyclones. As we see, another muta going down. And here we go. He's pushing out across the map. Oh, being pulled back a little bit because of the mutas. They finally do get one of the Vikings. Oh, at the cost of another muta. Yo, he's going straight for the mineral line. He will be crippling the economy of Binski. So, nice damage is being done here. But can Antis defend at home? He doesn't have any Ravagers. He is making a massive amount of Roaches, though. And the mutas are coming back home. God, here we go. It's all on the line. We see a scan. We see a pre-split. We see a concave, I should say. Binski decides to turn around. Which I think is the right call. If Antis was droning, then he would 100% be dead. But because of all these Roaches, like Antis, he's okay. Oh god, we need a siege pipe. We need a siege. So instead, Binski will back off. He will take the space. Because of all that economic damage, because Antis just killed 10 SCVs, we are equal in workers, which means Antis is still behind economically because of mules. So he still has to recover a little bit more. He still is looking for some more damage. The muta count is high enough where now he can get a couple more SCV kills. The Vikings, I think, were not dealt with. Vikings are still here, but they're not quite responding. Gas Geyser gets taken out. Yo, the mutas, they're popping off. More than they really should have. Here we go. This could be the beginning of a comeback. Something important to bear in mind. Antis hasn't been droning. Antis stopped at 54. And he has not made a drone in a long time. He's maxed out on nothing but Roaches. He's going all in right now. And Binski is caught out of position and unsieged. He's not at home. And this could be it. This could be the move that Antis needed to go for. Binski, he's committed. He has to go across the map. Antis is turning around, but... oh god, again, he just has so many Roaches right now. 48 Roaches. He's coming. He's only coming home with half his Roaches. The tanks are going to siege up. One tank already being focused down here. Does Binski have enough to break on through? It looks like he does not. He gets fully surrounded by these Roaches. He had to just defend at home. That's all he had to do. And Antis is going to be fighting back in this series. Oh my god. Spaghetti's, Binski's worker count is still looking pretty good, but it's just about the army, you know, because Antis is not stopping. He is not stopping at all. Boys are going to have to be pulled. The bunker is going to have to be repaired, but it's just not enough. There's just far too much DPS here. Antis, he's not going down without a fight. He is going to be taking a game in this series. The tank gets piled down as well. So will all the Marines. And GG gets called. We are not having a 3-0. We are going to game 4. Thank God. Oh my god. I see Gale Force in the chat. We're just setting up the reverse sweep, right? Maybe. Maybe. This is the beginning. This is the beginning of a comeback. Let's go. Oh my god. I'm just catching up. Binski legit playing like a 6.2 god gamer. Just letting Steadfast know the score. Beautiful, beautiful. And here we go. Looks like we will be joined by Steadfast. It's a bit of a shame that Steadfast is joining us mid-series because he missed how crazy the first 2 games were. The first 3, just all the games. He missed out, man. He doesn't know the context of game 4. Oh my god, but here we go, spawning in the top left hand corner of Curious Minds ALE, starting the reverse sweep. We have the American Zerg player representing Apprentice Esports and making a drone, not going for a 12 full. Let's go! It is Antis. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Curious Minds ALE, we have the American Terran player representing Team License to Kill, LTK. It is Binski. Still only needs one more to qualify for the DreamHack main event. One more game, it's all he needs. Thankfully, this is a first. Antis went for a hatch first. To be fair, game 1 he went for like 4 hatch first. to be fair, this has happened. But hatch gas pool. This is the most standard opener we've seen the entire series. Crazy. Thank God. Oh my god. Wow. Antis looking to get into a normal game. It's a little bit too early to tell, but so far I'm feeling good about this. I'm feeling good. You know? None of this crazy link flooding, none of this 12 full roach rush, 1 base muta. Nah, mate. Just play standard, please. Just play standard, puppy. You can do it. You can do it, Antis. He's not doing it. He goes for an Evo chamber. He's going for another link flood. He's link flooding. And the SCV scout sees it. We have to see it cancel. We have to cancel, right? There's no way. There we go. Papa bless. Bless Binski for scouting. Because if he didn't, we would have had another clown fiesta. Thank God, Binski. Thank God. So we are going to have a normal game. I mean, this does throw a little bit of a wrench in the works for Antis. As he pulls back into gas. Interesting. Very interesting. This is not normal. Usually we pull out of gas for quite some time if we're playing standard. So with this, there are a couple of options. As he takes the third base at a regular time, he could try and go straight into a Roach Warren again. He's taking a second gas. Am I feeling roaches? Am I feeling 2 base muta? 2 base muta? Maybe. Could be seeing a fast layer instead. If it's roaches, we would have already seen a Roach Warren. That's why I'm not feeling roaches right now. Meanwhile, Reaper comes in. He snipes the creep tumor, but it's okay. Where we're going, we don't need creep. We're taking to the skies, boys. There's the lair. And it is going to be for the Spire. Oh, boy. 2 base muta. This isn't even 2 base muta. Again, we only have 2 gases. That's what's crazy about this. My God. So again, this like it's not the first time Antis has done this, but he refuses to play standard. He just refuses to be a standard player. Shaking my head, and I'm really concerned here. We'll see if Binski can get a scout off. At the moment, he hasn't really seen too much of anything, and even if he gets into the natural, there's not much to see. The third gas is a tell, 100%, if he gets into the natural. But he checks the third base instead. Doesn't go in. To be fair, there's no reason to go in. Like, you only have 2 Hellions. You don't want to YOLO. You don't want to lose it. And the lair is finishing. Oh boy. Nice target fire there. One of the Hellions gets targeted down. Meanwhile, with the completion of this lair, show me the Spire. Oh! He's cracked, mate. He's not going for a Spire. He does take all of his gases. So if this was scouted, Binski would have been thinking mutas. But is this Swarm Host? This has to be Swarm Host, right? Yeah. Cham, is that you? I've only... Oh, he's going for Swarm Host Nidus? What is this? 2018? Oh my god, there it is. The first Swarm Host is on the way, but here comes the Banshee, and the Banshee is the real MVP. Spores were not ready. There's very limited anti-air. He does scout the fast lair, by the way. 8 drones go down, 9 drones. Oh my god, almost 9. Crippling damage already. And Binski has a piece of the puzzle, because this is a very fast lair, and alarm bells have to be ringing right now. It's still hard to call though, because again, this could still be Muta in the mind of Binski. He's getting his NG base up and running. He checks the third base. He confirms that there is no drones. He knows about some kind of aggression. Doesn't know what. The Banshee goes in and he sees the Nidus. He sees the infestation bit as well. He knows 100% that it has to be Swarm Host. He's looking for the Nidus. He finds it! Oh my god! He's crazy! He finds the Nidus. He's trying to focus it down as fast as possible. He switches over towards the Swarm Host for a moment. He will get the Nidus. The Swarm Hosts are trapped. The Locust Wave are going to buy a little bit of time, but oh my god, the Banshee's going to town. And there we go. There is a death of the Nidus. The Swarm Hosts are waddling back home. Meanwhile, Locust Wave gets into the main base, but it does nothing. Oh my god. Binski with a solid defense, but it is not over because the Niduses are going to keep on coming and they're going to get scattered by the orbital. Ah. The army's going to respond here in kind. It looks like it won't get here in time to stop the Locust Wave though, so we will have another wave. Ooh, the Queen comes out and snipes the Banshee. The big rain plays. Unfortunately, the Banshee was not cloaked. If it was, that it would have survived. And this Locust Wave, it's going to get damage done. He's going for the tank. Ooh, we'll get one of those tanks. We'll get some SCV kills despite the great defense early on here. Oh my, he almost gets the CC. Look at the sheer DPS by these Locusts. It's crazy. Despite the great defense in the early game by Binski, like, he's falling apart a little bit here. All it takes is a couple of Locusts. Meanwhile, he sees the next wave. Is he just going to go across the map? He is. He's ignoring it. He's like, screw it. I know you have nothing at home. And he's not wrong. He's not wrong! Going for the third is not the best move. There's nothing here. Killing the third will not stop Antis. He has to go for something more. He has to go for the main or the natural. Locust Wave comes in. Rax is going to go down. Meanwhile, here comes that drop. He will at least get the third, which is something. Could have been more. Could have been more. Meanwhile, he forces a Locust Wave a little bit early. Hatchery is going to go down. Oh, but the Transfuse? Never mind. Transfuses could have kept it alive, but Antis decided, you know, to let it die. He's a ruthless leader. My god. Meanwhile, the Niduses are getting out of control. Oh, he's going to try and steal one forward. He'll get one Nidus, but there's another where that came from. Ugh. Oh boy. And it's one of those things where after this wave, like, Antis is going to be a little bit vulnerable here. He's going to get a decent... Oh my god, a lot of SCVs. 11, 17 SCVs go down. Jesus Christ. Even gets the NG bays. Nidus into the main. Binski's being pulled apart. He can't keep up. He doesn't see the Nidus in the main base. Oh no. He may be forced all in. But the problem with going all in is that a Roach Warren just finished up here for Antis. Like, he's going to be making defensive roaches. There is a Nidus in the main base. Ay, ay, ay. Binski sees, but he can't stop it. Ah! Here we go. The Locust Waves just don't stop. The worker counts are looking pretty even, but yeah, he's just going across the map. I would have loved this a minute ago. I would have loved this earlier if he had, again, just gone for the natural. Roaches are slowly coming out. Antis is supply block, though. He can't make anything else. We have a drop here into the main base and a push into the natural. Can Antis hold? Yo, Antis. Okay, here we go. Locust Wave at the natural base. Binski, he has to pull back. He has to respect the Locust. But in the main, damage is being done. 12 drones go down. Both players, their economies are crippled. But I think Binski can keep going. He's not stopping. He's going in. He dives on top of the roaches. He dives on top of the queens as well. We have another wave. We need another wave, puppy. Ah. But the hot pickup keeps the majority of the army alive. Now it's time for Antis to be pulled apart. He just can't keep up. There's only 2 waves of locusts here. 4 even. But this is the weakness of going swarm host like this. If you use your wave offensively across the map, you just don't have anything to defend at home. We do see a couple more roaches on the way, so Antis does have an army, just not an amazing army. He's killing a decent amount of marines here, not gonna lie. Meanwhile, ooh, spawning pool almost gets focused down. I love this. Antis, he is staggering his locust waves. He doesn't want to send everything at once. Oh, third base may go down again, though. Antis down to 19 drones. Oh, lift, puppy, lift! Lift! Ah! And at the same time, Nidus in the main gets denied. Yo, Binski, the comeback is real! Mate, who needs Niduses when you have Medivacs? Medivacs, the Terran Nidus. Oh my god. Here we go. He was thinking about maybe diving on top of those roaches, but instead he will focus down the hatchery. There we go. Oh, we do have a transfuse, but it's not enough. Oh, Antis once again knocked down to only 2 bases, but he has a massive locust wave across the map. He's going to get on top of the production once again. Another Nidus here, but I feel like Binski just has to keep going. He just has to keep counterattacking across the map. Just ignore these Niduses. Ignore the locusts. Well, quote unquote ignore them. Like, don't lose too much, you know? What do we have at home to defend? We have 5 locust waves. 5 swarm hosts ready and waiting to go. And the roaches. Is it going to be enough? Man with gun is pretty good. He stims for GG gets called. It is not going to be enough. Binski takes the game, takes the series 3-1, and qualifies for the DreamHack Valencia NA main event. Oh my god. I see Gale Force in the chat. I guess it's dumb until it's not. I mean, it took a while for Binski to realize how to really counter this, and eventually he got to it, right? Just drop. You know, just be as aggressive as possible, and aggressive as your opponent is being, because swarm hosts, there are periods of time where they are just dead supply, you know? They don't have constant DPS. Ooh. Oh my god, and with that, GG, well played, congratulations to Binski as he does advance on. He will be a part of DreamHack. Crazy. Absolutely insane. Oh my god. With that, if you are a fan of Antis, do not worry because he gets knocked down to the lower bracket. It is a double elimination qualifier, so he will have another chance. I'm just catching up with Sugar in the chat. I just like how Sugar... For those who don't know who Sugar is the owner of Apprentice Esports, which is Antis's team. So Sugar is kind of like, you know, his... kind of like his father, I guess. Papa Sugar, if you will. So, you know, if you have any questions for Antis, at Sugar in the chat. God damn it, Sugar. God damn it.